One of the things I like to do is to Dutch the markets, and it's interesting. There's so many ways of doing that in terms of one's philosophy. I like to try and Dutch as many runners as I possibly can, um, whilst in the process of aiming for a book value of around about 80%. Let me show you what I mean if I open up the Dutch dialogue. Excuse me. You see here the book value currently is 101, so it's impossible to Dutch all the runners. It's impossible to make a profit. So what I tend to do, generally speaking, it's fair to assume that um, for the vast majority of cases, the winner will come from the top half of the market. So I generally untick everything till I start to get towards 80%. So we're going to actually have to go for the first three if we want below 80% in this particular case, this race at Dundalk, 6:15. However, keep in mind that it's best to do as many runners as possible. So one of the things that you can do um, is if you're just over the 80%, you can use this tool here with the latest edition of Fairbot and just ask for a few extra ticks. So you'll see if I look at ticks, 3 ticks over the current price, we get to the 80% mark. Now the issue with that is that if I did this pre-race and I clicked on submit button just now, one of these runners may start to steam in, and so it never gets matched at the asking price. So it needs to drift in running more and more significantly depending on how far it's steamed in. So the other option, of course, is to wait until the off and then submit the bet, and that can be useful as well. Let's just check to see where we are with a fifth one. So even if we did 5, we're looking at 85%. I need to increase the stakes to 7, and that's starting to get a bit greedy in my view. Although it is a sprint, prices should be relatively volatile, but it's more and more difficult for those to be matched. You could, of course, increase an individual one to get you near that, but you have to increase each individual one significantly. So what I'm going to do is not do Penny Sarade. I'm going to do the top 4 out of a 7-runner race. I'm going to wait till it goes in play, and then I'm going to submit it. Although I could obviously submit it right this very minute and hope that these 3 get matched in running and then one of them goes on to win. Clearly, if one of these ones win, I lose the whole stake of £100. However, from what I've seen, you get a huge winning runs just by doing the top half of the market. So we're looking at with a 3 tick added to the current price, you see a return will be in the order of £30. According to William Hill News, the race is running late, so I don't know when this is going to go off. I don't have pictures. Let's set that back to 0, see what we've got. Oh, look, at 0, we're at 80, so that's good. We can just submit this now, and all are matched. That's because Penny Sarade came in. Penny Sarade is still coming in, so that's a bit of a worry. Seems to be a bit of a run on that one at the moment. We're still waiting for them to get loaded at Dundalk, so God knows when this is going to go off. Ah, there we go. Now the option, of course, is to lay these in running as well. And if you can get 4 runners that are coming in, and you manage to lay them at the right time, you can actually make a significant profit. But it doesn't look like Winslow, Arizona is going to do anything. So it looks as if it's at the moment it's between the top 2, which is fine. Have those keep on coming in. And it's worthwhile thinking about laying. If these get down below 2, both of them, if you lay them, you could make a significant profit. Penny Sarade looks like it's going to be a bit of a pain. Still coming in. We could obviously trade out by clicking on here, but I'm going to let this run. Above the law, looks as if he's got it. £23.96, thank you very much. That'll do. So that's what I tend to do. Essentially make a book of as many horses as you can, aiming to get them matched so that your book value on your runners is around 80%. And you can certainly ask for a few ticks more in running, particularly on sprints. Sprints seem to be particularly good, but don't be greedy if you ask for 2 or 3 ticks. You should be okay. But keeping in mind, if one of those doesn't get matched, it means that your liability isn't your full 100. Your liability is simply the total of whatever it is that did get matched. And if it looks like one of them isn't going to win, that's fine. But if one that hasn't been matched looks as if it is going to go on to win, what you can do is amend your bet and take much lower odds to minimise the liability on that runner. Of course, if it then drifts out and doesn't win, and one of your other ones wins, that's fine. You're getting the money that you intended to get anyway.